and welcome to my sofa. And if you're thinking, wow, Hannah, you could have tidied up that sofa at least a little bit before recording the video, you are correct. And I did consider, and then I kind of thought, okay, I tidy up the sofa every 2 days and it gets like this the very next day. And if you're thinking, well, yeah, you should tidy up every time you sit on it, I don't sit on it every day. It gets like this. I swear it gets like this without even touching it. That's probably a lie. My roommate probably sits on it. But the point is, this sofa becomes messed up very, very quickly. And it's not a very pretty sofa. It is a very comfortable sofa. It's a lovely sized sofa, like, it's really nice size. It's really comfortable. It was very cheap. It's never leaving this flat. It's never coming apart again. This sofa came in like a million different parts, never coming apart again. The person who built this sofa is dead. He's my dad. I don't know. The point is, I do love this sofa, however, it is a mess. The sofa cushions just keep falling down. These sofa covers have been dyed. They were a different colour originally. You can see that they are just like, they aren't an even colour, they have stains, which is normal. This sofa is older than me, and that's literal. Like, this sofa is older than I am, and I am not young. I am 28. I've tried to buy like a nice sofa cover for this sofa, but because it's an awkward size, I haven't found any that aren't more expensive than the sofa itself was originally. So I've decided that I am gonna do some DIY, some TLC. So as you can see, there's quite a bit of fabric here. This is fabric that my mum bought to make a sofa cover with. It's very nice, it's very thick. I don't trust myself to cut this up and sew it yet. So instead, here is the fabric that I bought to make a sofa cover. It's just a very nice, soft blanket. It probably won't last very long. However, the plan is I will make the sofa cover. I will confirm that my plans work, and then once I know my plans work, I can make a proper sofa cover with this nicer material. But this is going to be like the test run. Plus, this will be a nice, soft winter fabric. As well as making just a cover, like some fabric to go over the top of it, so that we can forget about this horrible greyish. This is like the original colour, by the way. And I say this is the original colour, obviously this isn't the original cover. It's faded and it's stained, but like, this was the colour it was supposed to be. The end piece is literally just disintegrated. As well as a cover, I will also be trying to fix some of the issues with the couch cushions, because the couch cushions, they try to escape and then these fall down, and I have tried to fix it in the past, and I'm going to show you what I did, and then I'm going to go over how I plan to fix that. Also, look at this. This is a pull-out sofa bed, and it's like a big sofa bed. I'm not gonna pull it out because I'd have to move the coffee table, but like, how cool did sofas used to be? Like, this sofa not just comes apart into like a million wooden pieces so you can actually bring it upstairs and you have to use some weird crane on the balcony, but it has a sofa bed and it's comfortable, and you know, it's falling apart, but again, it's older than me. I'm falling apart, and I'm a whole ass human being. Anyway, so I've taken the pillows out so that I can take a look and sew. I promised myself I would never take the cushions out of the cases again, because I struggled so much to get them back in. And I'm scared if I take them out one more time, I will never be able to get them back in. So I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to be able to machine sew or if I'm going to have to hand sew. I feel like I might be able to machine sew, because I might be able to just like untie these and put that through the machine even with the pillow attached. Like, it would be a bit awkward, but I feel like that's doable. I should probably figure out which material I'm going to use before I'm worrying about this. Actually, I need to get a tape measurement. Actually, do I get the material first or the tape? I don't know. Hey. Okay. I'm back from the craft room and I found this, which is left over from another project. And this is a strap, and this, I don't know why I moved away from the camera. This is like quite thick. I don't think this would break. So I'm thinking I will sew this along here. Yeah, I might just do one big strip. Yeah, that might work. I'm gonna pin it. I've got my pin cushion. Yeah, you guys just watch, I guess. This is what pinning me has decided. Let's go up. My brain is telling me that I can just sort of like... Well, this is going to be a bit of an endeavour. I think it's possible, so I'm not sure if I'm visible, but I have decided maybe I should be hand sewing. And I know every sewist and every 16-year-old who just got into cosplay is screaming at me because I am terrible at sewing, and I do watch tutorials and I know that I'm doing stuff wrong. Like, I watch a tutorial and I'll be like, oh yes, that's what I'm doing wrong, but the next time I come over to machine I've already completely forgotten that. I probably should create a cheat sheet. But the big issue, which everybody's screaming at me, I know, is the fact I'm trying to do this with the cushion in, and I know that it seems unreasonable. I forget struggles. Like, I am one of those people who's like, oh my god, I'm never doing that again, and then you forget same time next week. I still remember struggling with these pillowcases. Like, it was an ordeal. It was literally hours of me trying to stuff these pillows into these cases, crying on the floor, full on just like terrible day, ruined my week, ruined my spring because it was spring cleaning, and it's spring again soon. So that's why I'm like so refusing to take the cushion out, because I just know that I will regret it heavily. This sewing is probably taking longer. Like, time wise it probably would be better to just take the cushion out and then have my little cry as I put it back in, but sewing does not cause me to have a mental breakdown, a meltdown. Sewing doesn't stress me out. The cushion does. I might just do hand sewing. Having revised the footage, this part of the process took me about 20 minutes, which doesn't feel too bad, because like 20 minutes, if I were to do 2 for all 4 cushions, because this one doesn't, this cushion down here doesn't need it, that would be about 40 minutes per cushion, 80 minutes, 160 minutes. So like under 3 hours. Under 3 hours to have a sofa that doesn't fall apart every other day definitely feels worth it. Either way, I'm gonna hand sew this next bit and see if that takes more or less time, and see if I trust the stitches, and also see if I just hate life See how much I hate life? I don't think I'll hate life. I like hand sewing. I've always liked hand sewing. I've been hand sewing since I was about maybe 5 years old. I don't know. I know that I learned to hand sew in the UK, and I haven't lived in the UK since I was at the very most 6 years old, and it might have actually been 5. I'm not entirely sure. So it's point is, I've been doing it for a long time. Then I had a little sewing machine. I had a Barbie sewing machine, you know, one of those kids sewing machines that actually worked perfectly fine. I loved that thing. I was really good at that. And then my mum borrowed it and broke it and told me she'd replace it and never did. And I still remember to this day. It's been what, over 20 years? I don't care. I still remember. I should leave these sort of rambles to voice over me, because otherwise I'm gonna say all sorts of stuff anyway. Oh, also, while I do enjoy hand sewing, again, not a tutorial, I'm not good at it, I just enjoy it. Also, I just in and out, like there's no specific stitch that I am using here. This one feels good. That feels good, yeah. Okay. Okay, done. That took about that took 15 minutes. Okay, well, that took less time than machine sewing. That took less time. Was less stressful. Yep. I always say, like, the skill of knowing when to hand sew and when to machine sew is a skill within itself that can be very useful. And then I completely forget about that skill. In fairness, I know that I need to think about it, but sometimes I just guess wrong. I mean, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna test this. You can't. I don't think you can see that I'm just retying the ribbons. Like, God knows what you're seeing. Yeah, like just retying. I think you could see them. Anyway, this goes over here. Let's see if this is better than what we had before. Let's see. Hey, don't fall. Thank you. Okay. So this goes around here. I don't know if you can see it, but like, and then, yeah. So that doesn't allow the cushions to fall down quite as far. So I'm gonna grab a cushion. So this is what it's like. This is what it should be like. Good. Okay. Now these couch cushions decide to escape, and this will end up going down. But that's not as far down as it was before. Although perhaps still further down than I wanted. Might just need to like reinforce, just shorten this a little bit. We could just go, I think there we went with it with that one, didn't we? And that was, yeah, let's just pin and add in a bit of extra. Just take a little bit of length off. Just a teensy bit. Nothing extreme. Just a teensy bit. Okay. Now let's pull that out. Oh. Wait. I'm totally a human being with human movements. Okay. This is good. This works. Oh, I said earlier that I had another 4. I lied. I have another 2. 1 second. Let me grab you. Oh. I have that one and that one. I don't know why I thought there was 2 there. I guess because there's 2 here. But no, they're not like... They're L's. They're not... L, not a... I don't know, not half a box, an L, so shorter. Okay, and then that one definitely does not need doing, because that one doesn't go anywhere, because it's in between that one and this one. So I actually have 2 left. So having taken about 40 minutes, over 40 minutes, I took about 50 minutes to do this one. However, I was also messing around with the machine and stuff. I think in about an hour I could have those 2 done. Okay, the computer is still busy. It's doing its thing. It's very slow. So I'm gonna just do hopefully the rest of the sofa, and I'll tell you when I'm finished how long it took. First try, baby. Oh, baby. This is the video where I show off how freaking clumsy I am. Okay, so I'm just gonna... Oh, Alexa, Gaia. Music off. tinsy tiny issue. Tinsy tiny issue. So this part of the sofa doesn't have any wooden bits coming up that I can attach this to. Yeah. Oh dear. Okay. Which means that I need another solution for this part. And admittedly, this cushion doesn't run away as much as those two, so maybe I could just not do anything. Is there anything I can? Okay. Before I start measuring the sofa and doing my pattern design, I need to decide what is my design. So I have these 3 blankets with 3 different colours, and my intention is to do sort of a patchwork thing. And originally in my head I was going to do like a bunch of squares, but I don't think that would look very good and it would be a lot of work. Another option is to do big squares. Boom, 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 square, square. I'm going to take some photos in a moment and do some mock-ups so you can see, but like that is probably the idea that I'm going to go with, because it will be easier, because I think it will look better, and mostly because it'll be easier, it'll be less work. And then the other option I thought was small patchworks here, like small squares here, and then diamonds at the top. I saw this one design on Pinterest. I'll throw it up if I can find it. It's not like my design won't look anything like that. However, that is what makes me think, oh, squares and then diamonds might look nice. I think I'm probably going to go with the giant squares. However, I'm going to quickly take some photos and do some mock-ups. Oh. Okay. Have my photo of my sofa and my photo of the colours, and now I'm going to go into Procreate. It isn't charged. Now I just need to sit here and wait for it to be at the 10%. 2% will do. 2% will do. Okay, design number 1, big squares. I kind of like it. I am noticing as I look at this sofa is going to be so dark, but that's fine. This is going to be like the winter, cozy winter cover anyway, so that's fine. I'm going to test out the other design first, but like I quite like the big blocks. I think I'm almost certain I'm going to go for the big blocks. Also just because it's easier. It's just easier. Second design done. As I suspected, it looks like a bit much, so I think I will do the final design, but I think I know what I'm gonna go with. Okay, so I kind of swerved with this design. Like I decided that with the small squares here it would be too much, so I just did the diamonds and then the big squares, and I might prefer this one. It's more work, but like it's not that much more work, and I just think I don't know. This one, I'm also wondering, do I like this one more because I've just added in accidentally more of the like cream color, so it like looks brighter, or do I actually like the design more? Let's say I grab the original design and I just add the diamonds in. Added in just some little diamonds, like same design but with diamonds, and I think I like diamonds. I think something about the diamonds just looks good. It does make life harder though. Yeah, I think the simplicity of the block one will look better. So either way, I'm going to start with this part here. I need to go take measurements and write those measurements down. But I will start with this part here. So if I decide, like I start with this part here and I decide, no, I want to do diamonds for the top, I can always change my mind. Always time to change your mind. I should charge an Apple Pencil, shouldn't I? Intelligent. Okay. I got a notebook. I got a tape measure. Let's do the measurements first because I feel like it. Where are we going? On the floor. On the floor you go. The floor is a good place for you. I'm gonna forget which cushion goes where when I have to put them back. And that is a problem of the near future. Not a very distant future, mind you. I mean, maybe instead of measuring, I should just place the blanket down and cut and pin and take it into the sewing room. That would probably be smarter because I don't know how to count. Mind you, maths was my best subject at school, which is just sad. This is why I don't think I can do diamonds, because I can barely do squares. Hi, Brilliant. See the prototype. I think you get an idea. Oli.
¿Por qué estás grabando el proceso?
Para hacer un vídeo de YouTube de cómo intento hacer un cubo de sopa. So, I stopped recording because my roommate came in and forgot to press record again. So, I've been playing some Tetris to try and make the blanket work for the entirety of the top. And it is ever so slightly not enough. And at the same time, I feel like if I pretend it's enough, it is. Like if I just act like, basically the problem is this piece. And I've tried this. This is the smallest cushion areas. If I just like, obviously this doesn't work because there's like way too much hanging down. If I do it like that, it's not covered at the top, which, and if I do it like this, it doesn't actually cover the entire cushion. But I feel like if I just let this one, you know, just slightly overstay its welcome, like, yeah, it's not gonna be even. Who's like bothered by the small details. I'm sorry, I sound really out of breath. That's just because I've been sick and I'm still sick, and my lungs function when they want to. Yeah, I feel like this. I mean, with how imperfect this thing is, like, look at this. This is so. Don't look at it. Actually, why am I telling you to look at it? I feel like I can pretend. I can just act like, yeah, this is totally how it's meant to be, and nobody needs to know. Let's start pinning stuff down. Hey. Hi. Hey. It's the next day. There's some sunlight coming in. Can you believe that? I swear we haven't had sun all year, which is unusual because I do live in a sunny country. Like, I don't live in Scotland. I don't know why I said Scotland. I don't live in the UK or anything like that. I live in a nice sunny country, but it's just been a year. Not talking about the weather, we're talking about the sofa. So this is how it looks, and that isn't great. I have discovered that this material is not the best material to make a sofa cover out of, which explains why I've never seen anybody make a sofa cover out of this material. Also, the sewing isn't great. I definitely should have like done more measurement to make it more taunt and everything. However, I've been planning on doing a sofa cover for like a year, and I bought the material to make the sofa cover months ago, and I just haven't been brave enough. Yeah, I just haven't been brave enough to start. And I kind of realised that either I did it in one sitting without much thought, without giving it time, or I wasn't going to do it at all. And while this sofa cover is very much imperfect, I need to buy like another black blanket just to add a border up here, because there wasn't enough material. I think there was very nearly enough material. I'm extremely surprised. This is everything that was left over, these little scraps. I might do something with them in a moment. But there was almost enough material. I'm kind of surprised my measurements were as close as they were. Now, for as unpretty as this sofa cover is, it is ridiculously soft and warm, and I wish you could feel it. It is so nice, it is so cozy, and while it's not, like if I were to do a before and after shot, I'm pretty sure, I scratched that, I am 100% sure that the before probably looks tidier. However, in person, when you can appreciate the detail of the before, you would notice that there's a lot of stains, and I know for a fact that those stains aren't anything too, I don't know why I said too, they aren't anything perverted, they aren't anything that gross, it's just stains because it's like a really, really, really old sofa. I repeat, older than me, and I'm gonna be in my 30s soon, so it's an old sofa. I would much prefer the embarrassment of, oh, I tried to do a cool thing and I wasn't very good at it. That is an embarrassment I'm very comfortable in. It's one I've repeated daily for almost 30 years now. I'm very good at trying stuff and not being good at them. I prefer that embarrassment to the embarrassment of, oh, my sofa is old and stained and I'm telling you that it's not a big deal, but you've got to believe me. No. I would not be embarrassed to bring someone into this living room right now with this being the state of the sofa. So it fixes that problem. It is cozier. I am no longer worried about, I'm not as worried about the sofa being damaged because it's now protected. It now has this thing. Plus, I am now slightly, tiny bit, like if I was a Pokemon and you were getting experience and leveling up, I got some experience for sewing because it's important to just jump into projects. If you wait to feel prepared, you never will. And this was cheap. Like, this was, I believe, €5 per blanket. They might have been on sale. It might have been cheaper. But I can't remember. It was such a long time ago. The point is, it was like €15. In total, you aren't going to find a sofa cover for this big of a sofa at that price anywhere. So, all in all, I'm going to say this was a success. Oh. I don't know why I'm moving my arms around. I don't know how to film an outro. Also, can we talk about, like, I spent 40 minutes to sew this entire thing. Probably a little bit more than 40 minutes, but like, the sewing machine did not have any issues at any point in any of this process. I didn't know that was possible. I'm used to the thread breaking, I'm used to things just going wrong, which 100% always my fault, I'm sure. But like, I didn't know it could just sew for 40 minutes without a single issue. That was new to me, which makes me think that I need to buy another blanket because I think it's the material being like really soft. Like, it shreds everywhere. I had to use a lint roller. Oh, it's still here. I had to use a lint roller to clean it up. But other than the shredding, which is an easy fix, this material might be my favourite material I've ever worked with, and it's cheap and it's soft, and I might have to make some cuddly toys or something. I don't know. I'm rambling. You know what I might do? I might make some little mice out of this material, or I might make a mouse out of this material and then a little raven out of this one. I don't think there's enough there to make a little, maybe I can make a little raven. I don't know. I need to stop rambling. I need to leave you all alone. That's what I need to do. That is what I need to do. Let you get on with your day and get on with mine. So at the end of every big sewing project, and I put big between like air quotes because big is subjective, I put a new sticker on the sewing machine as a little reward, and this sticker my sister gave to me and has been waiting for a long time, and it's gonna go here. So just yeah, I'm gonna end this video with me putting a sticker on my sewing machine because I did a project that I've been dreading for a really long time, and this is a really nice sticker. And oh, did I ruin it? Oh, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Perfection. we're struggling. Oh, okay, no, that's not coming off. It doesn't matter if it's not straight, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay, it's kind of bothering me that it's not straight, but how cute. How cute. How sweet. I love it. I love it.